lightning-fast speed, slick southpaw skills, and incredible showmanship, Hector Macho Camacho has undoubtedly earned his place as one of boxing's greats.
That was a good left hand, and down goes Ramirez. It was a left hand, a chopping left hand that started Ramirez on his way.
Possessing blistering hand speed and commendable power, Macho Man amassed a staggering 79 wins spanning his 30-year-long career, with a respectable 38 wins coming by way of knockout.
Out of Baltimore, Maryland, took this fight on about 2 weeks' notice, and he gets tagged with a swift combination to the head. Van Kirk went down to one.
Picking up an assortment of world titles across multiple weight classes, three-time world champion Camacho's flamboyant personality and flashy fighting style entertained millions across his incredible, illustrious career.
New Jersey, and in this IBC fight, and Foster crumbles to the canvas.
That's all.
And that is it.
After almost 14 years since his last professional bout, we take a look back at the legendary speed and power of boxing legend Hector Macho Camacho. Entering the ring with 14 victories already tallied on his pro ledger, Camacho took on 30-fight Mexican veteran Refugio Rojas. In no mood for hanging around, Macho Man got to work immediately, flooring Rojas with a two-punch combination seconds into the bout.
American record of 17 wins, 8 losses. A right hook. There is such a thing, a right hook.
Back to his feet, but clearly out of his depth, Refugio was almost smashed out of the ring with Camacho's ferocious follow-up attack.
14 fights, he's got 7 knockouts. Another left, 2 lefts by Camacho, and this is not going to last long.
Showing no mercy for his veteran foe, Macho Man swiftly ended matters with a flurry of unanswered bombs, flooring Rojas for a third time, prompting referee Tony Perez to step in and call an end to the butchering.
Now he's just running for cover. He's trying
fight
to
is over.
So it's all over.
This fight is over.
3 knockdowns.
Right.
It was an impressive one-sided blitzing from the rising Puerto Rican, successfully defending his North American super featherweight strap impeccably. 3 months on from his first-round thrashing of Refugio Rojas, Camacho returned to the ring to face off against Philippine southpaw Johnny Sato. Showing off his lightning speed and impressive combination punching abilities, Macho Man blasted Sato away with a vicious assault midway through the fourth.
So incredible. There it is again, Ray. 5-punch combination, every one right on the mark.
He's got Sato in trouble, and Sato down and very, very groggy. He has never been stopped. His one knockout loss, a somewhat disputed one a couple of fights ago.
Unable to make it back to his feet before the count of 10, Sato was counted out by referee Larry Hazard, improving Camacho's record to 16 wins without defeat. Edging closer to a crack at the WBC super featherweight strap, Macho Man took a trip to Anchorage, Alaska to do battle against 22-1 opponent Jor Montes. Fighting in front of a rapturous, packed-out crowd, Camacho wiped out the Californian with a sensational uppercut 1 minute into the opening round.
Montes, the number 7 ranked lightweight by the WBC. Oh, solid left uppercut, and down goes Montes. He is in trouble. Hector Camacho with a solid left uppercut. Montes trying to struggle to his feet. His eyes are dazed. Baby Pearl watching him closely, and it is all over.
The fight-ending punch from the Puerto Rican was impeccable, completely crippling Montes with one perfectly placed blow. It was a punch-perfect performance from Macho Man, rightfully cementing himself as one of the sport's most promising rising stars. Fighting in his birthplace of Puerto Rico for the first time in his professional career, Camacho took on Mexican southpaw Bazooka Raphael Lemon for the vacant WBC super featherweight title. Macho Man dominated from the sound of the opening bell, flooring Bazooka with a perfectly timed left hand in the final seconds of the third.
We'll be back. Down goes Lemon with a left hand at the bell. Just prior to the bell. Lemon has to take the count. He's still moving.
Struggling to deal with Camacho's snappy right jab and nifty in-and-out movement, Lemon found himself on the canvas for a second time following a quick-fire 3-punch salvo to the body in the 5th.
It's just truly amazing.
Down goes Lemon with a body shot. Now, whether Lemon feels he was hit low, I'm not sure.
Targeting the Mexican's body in his follow-up attack, Macho Man uncorked a barrage of unanswered bombs, forcing Lemon to take another unwanted trip to the canvas.
Camacho should go right back to that body, Tim. It's a soft spot.
Combination to the head sends Lemon right through the rope. Suzuka Lemon now in severe difficulty. He doesn't know where he is. Smiling at his corner, but I'm not sure he knows whether it's a knockdown or where he is.
Eager to end proceedings, Camacho hastily belted Lemon with a final barrage, prompting referee Richard Steele to step in and bring a halt to the beating.
There is no 3 knockdown rule. It's up to the referee's discretion. And that is all. Richard Steele has stopped the fight. Hector Camacho has scored a 5th round knockout and won the vacant WBC super featherweight bout.
Camacho had won his first world title after 22 professional bouts, winning the highly coveted WBC strap in a dominant one-sided beatdown.
Yeah, I just want to say something. I sting like a butterfly. No, I fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I ain't Ali. I'm just a macho man.
Just the Macho Man. There wasn't any doubt in your mind about winning this.
I keep telling you, I'll be a 3-time champion because I'm the macho man and I'm dominating the game. It's my time, macho time.
Making the first defense of his newly claimed world title, Macho Man returned to the ring to face fellow Puerto Rican southpaw Rafael Siss. Boxing behind a sharp right jab through the opening rounds, Macho Man floored slick Siss with a perfectly timed left hand 60 seconds into the 5th.
Yes, I think he is, Brad, because he's backing away, and that's sign of hurt. And there was a left to the heart. That was a beautiful lead-off left by Camacho. Just a terrific punch by Camacho.
Leaking blood from his mouth following the knockdown, Rafael was vanquished with a discombobulating 2-punch combination merely moments later.
Time to get Solis out of there. Camacho has to be careful not to out-punch himself. And there was another good left hand. That's all. This one's going to be over.
Unable to make the 10 count, Solis was counted out by referee Octavio Meyran, handing Macho Man his 21st consecutive victory. Opting to take a tune-up fight to prepare himself for a future mega showdown against Mexican superstar Julio Cesar Chavez, Camacho faced off against relatively unknown opponent Speedy Eddie Van Kirk.
I want a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Shake hands. Good luck to both of you.
Eager to blitz Van Kirk and move on to his eagerly awaited mega fight against Chavez, Macho Man floored his overmatched opponent with a flawless counter left hand less than 60 seconds into the bout.
Meanwhile, Eddie Van Kirk out of Baltimore, Maryland, took this fight on about 2 weeks' notice, and he gets tagged with a swift combination to the head. Van Kirk went down to 1 knee.
He got caught coming in. He never saw the punch.
Able to survive the opening round, Speedy Van Kirk was brutally cleaned out with a sensational 2-punch combination in the 4th.
This fight is all but over.
And down goes Van Kirk for the second time of the fight.
Crumpled in a heap on the canvas, requiring immediate medical attention from the ringside physicians, Van Kirk was clearly unable to continue, prompting referee Joe Cortez to halt the count after just 4 seconds. It was another spectacular highlight reel finish from Camacho, surgically terminating Speedy Van Kirk with one perfectly timed left hand. A year on from suffering his 3rd career defeat at the hands of fellow Puerto Rican Felix Trinidad, Macho Man took on 1988 U.S. Olympian and beloved Montana native Todd "Kid" Foster.
Protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. Wait for the bell.
Picking up an impressive 29 knockouts from his 33 wins, hard-hitting pressure fighter Foster was carefully dissected over 5 frustrating rounds, hitting the canvas following a clubbing left hand in the final seconds of the 4th.
Tape in the middle of the ring that Foster slipped on. Oh, yeah. This is some of the added power that Hector Camacho possesses now as a welterweight.
Receiving a stern telling off from his trainer at the end of the 4th, Foster was brutally bludgeoned into defeat midway through the following frame.
Jersey. And in this IBC fight, and Foster crumbles to the canvas.
That's all.
And that is it. Hector Macho Camacho unleashes the power of a welterweight.
The fight-ending barrage from Camacho was ruthless, mercilessly ending Foster with a murderous 2-punch salvo, prompting the referee to save the U.S. Olympian from any further punishment. Looking to take the scalp of yet another unbeaten opponent, Macho Man took a trip to Mashantucket to do battle against unbeaten Gary Kirkland.
Respect the bout at all times, and above all, protect yourself at all times. Macho, this is a clean shot. You understand that? Comprende? Está bien. Touch gloves. Touch him up.
Making use of his superior punishing right jab, Macho Man floored his bloodied, over-aggressive opponent with a vicious four-punch pummeling midway through the fourth.
An earlier relationship, and that youngster is a boxer. Kirkland goes down. A right to the head, and then two body shots.
Leaking a concerning amount of blood from the second round onwards, busted up but remarkably valiant Kirkland was thoroughly dismantled by Camacho's crunching counters, turning the unbeaten man's face into a mask of blood and bruises.
And there's that big left hand there. Kirkland says it didn't hurt, but he took a good shot. What a tough kid he is, Tim. Talking to Camacho now. Blood streaming from the nose.
Very, very heavily now, Tim. This nose looks like it's badly damaged.
And Kirkland trying his best here, going toe-to-toe, but he just doesn't have the hand speed to match Camacho. Who does?
Donning a distressing swelling around both of his eyes, Kirkland was beginning to absorb a concerning amount of damage in the second half of the fight, prompting referee Steve Smoger to step in and bring a halt to the lopsided slaughtering in the closing seconds of the night.
Ripping out the right-hand jab after the combination. Got a little sting on it. Smoger taking a real good look at Kirkland.
Tim, he should stop this fight right now.
You can see Smoger watching very carefully. And again, another close look. Macho continues to pour it on. And again, Kirkland stays in there, and Steve Smoger says that's enough. A disappointed Kirkland, but that's a good decision by Steve Smoger.
It was another punch-perfect performance from the Macho Man, rearranging undefeated Kirkland's face over 9 punishing rounds. 17 years into his professional career, now sporting a staggering 61 wins on his professional slate, the Macho Man took on sporting icon and boxing legend Sugar Ray Leonard.
Give me a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. God bless you both.
Returning to the ring after being inactive for 6 years, betting favorite Ray Leonard was shockingly smashed to the canvas in the opening seconds of the 5th round.
John Saraceno watching. Oh, good shot there by Leonard. Leonard is down. He was hurt. He was trying to grab hold of Hector Camacho. Sugar Ray Leonard having difficulties getting to his feet.
Trapped against the ropes on the receiving end of Camacho's unrelenting attacks, a clearly past his best Leonard was stopped on his feet by referee Joe Cortez following a barrage of unanswered punches 60 seconers into the round.
Cortez is ready to stop this fight. Camacho landing. Cortez should stop it now. It's time. There it is. And it's all over.
Over the hill and way beyond his best days in the ring, Leonard never stepped foot in a professional ring again, retiring from the sport for good at the age of 40. Taking part in the final chapter of his incredible career, Macho Man faced off against former foe Craig Houck at the Seminole Casino in Coconut Creek.
Good luck. Touch gloves. May the best man win.
Fired up and overconfident, Camacho was sent crashing to the canvas less than 1 minute into the first.
End of his career by saying he defeated this guy. He loads up his shot, and Hector goes down, and he calls it a knockdown. It's up to 3 and 4 and 5.
What a wild shot.
You take the standing 8 count.
Showing no respect for his foe, Macho returned the favor mere seconds later, pummeling Houck to the canvas with a bludgeoning attack.
Or I should say it isn't part of him for the southpaw, because he blasts him again with the left hand, tries to get him inside again. Hector kicks over the uppercut, and then he pops that head down. He goes with that left power hand shot again, blows up a shot, and he goes down! And he gets shot pretty good!
Buzzed and bloodied by the end of the first, Houck was eventually obliterated with a thunderous combination seconds into the 3rd frame.
With a line clip and then fell forward, and now down goes Houck again, and it's all over!
Camacho would have 5 more bouts over the following 6 years, before retiring from the sport in 2010 with a total of 79 wins and just 6 defeats.